Hi everyone, Fiona Pearman and Kate Bora. And today we're talking all about self-doubt and your inner critic. You might have noticed there are times when you're not speaking up, maybe not asking that question, haven't applied for a role, or maybe you just love to lead a project and still there's that voice inside you that keeps coming up with all the reasons why it's not a good idea. I think this is something we hear all the time, Kate, when we're talking to women. They know what they'd like to do, but there's this voice inside holding them back.
Yeah, I think the first thing we'll say it's normal, right? One of the things our clients love the most, whether it's they're on a career accelerator session, a group coaching session, any of our webinars, what they love the most is just recognizing and hearing how normal this is for so many women, particularly, that many of us will have that voice now said in our head, whether that's language as an inner critic, imposter syndrome, whether we feel like an imposter at times, whether we doubt ourselves. And I think the first thing is it's normal, and it's something that a lot of women experience.
The great thing about that is there's a real sense, it's almost like a breathing out, a relief of, I'm not alone. And I think what we want to hold here is there are really good reasons why this exists. There is, since we were very small girls, a whole lot of systemic, structural, gender bias reasons why we've been conditioned to question ourselves, to second guess ourselves, to doubt that we've got capability, to need to get things perfect or right before we speak up or before we're willing to try one little thing. And as we start to realize how much that's been coded in, how much that's been wired in, we can start to think about it differently. We can start to accept that, yes, that's gone on and there was a whole lot of things that happened. And now actually I'm in the driver's seat and potentially I can do something different, even though that voice feels quite loud and quite present.
Yeah, I think often we're holding the voice as a red flag or a stop sign. And I think when we start to dig into this and one of the pieces we facilitate for clients is really shining a light on their relationship with their inner critic and self-doubt, recognizing where it might be stopping them from taking action for very good reasons, and resourcing themselves to navigate through, to actually reframe that self-doubt, not as a signal to stop, but actually as a signal to go, what do I need here? What is the expectation I have of myself? I think the piece around, self-doubt will exist when there is uncertainty. I often say, put ourselves in the same organization, doing the same role with the same systems and the same people that you've been doing for 3 years, self-doubt will be low. Step into new organizations, new teams, new industries where you don't have years and years of experience. There will be a lot of uncertainty. And so the opportunity is, how do I navigate through that uncertainty? How do I reframe my expectations of myself? And how do I build the courage and the confidence to take what we call small acts of confidence, so that within the action taking, you can get more certainty and by definition, more confidence?
Yes, I think the opportunity here is to really start to recognize what's going on, see that this is a normal, an understandable response to something that's new, maybe uncomfortable, maybe stretching you beyond your current comfort zone. Once we recognize that and we see it, we can at least start to we dampen down those heightened expectations, that escalation, that fear, at least a little bit. And then from that place, we can start to engage with what's going on and start to ask good questions, take those small acts of confidence, try something we haven't done before, not necessarily because we need to get it perfect, but because we're willing to give it a go. We're willing to face into that self-doubt, to question that inner critic, to say to it, hey, I hear, you're worried about me here. Here, you're worried that this feels unsafe. But guess what? I'm going to give it a go anyway. I'm going to try this. I'm going to speak up. I'm going to ask this very good question, because that's more important than holding back and then keeping myself small and safe.
Lots to dig into on this one, which we will do over the next few weeks. If you've enjoyed today's confidence conversation, we'd love for you to follow us on Facebook and you'll be notified whenever we do go live. If you are ready to dig into your relationship with core confidence, or perhaps find out more about the Acts of Confidence program, head over to our website, coreconfidence.com.au.